So I'm removing the heatsink on top of this Core i9-14900K, and I will run a CPU-Z multi-threaded benchmark, which is a pretty heavy load. How am I so confident that the CPU won't just overheat or melt? Well, it has something to do with an Intel thermal management feature called Fast Throttle. Fast Throttle, or per-core thermal throttle, is a new overclocking feature that launched with Raptor Lake Refresh processors. It's a thermal management technology that allows for per-core clock throttling in case of overheating. In this video, I will explain what it does and compare it with 3 other thermal management technologies. The maximum safe operating temperature is a hot topic in the PC enthusiast community. There are diverging opinions on what constitutes a safe operating range. To the inexperienced eye, it may seem that running at 100 degrees Celsius is utterly unsafe because we'd burn ourselves if we touched something at that temperature. However, silicon chips are much more resilient to high temperatures. So the truth is that most, if not all, chips that we use in our systems are designed to run at that temperature for their entire warranted lifespan. For example, within warranty conditions, the maximum allowed operating temperature for Raptor Lake Refresh G.SKILL CPUs is 100 degrees Celsius. Of course, despite such high operating temperatures being perfectly within design specifications, some users and some customers are uncomfortable with those temperatures and they want to operate at a lower temperature. On an Asus motherboard with an Intel G.SKILL processor, there are 4 thermal management technologies that you can use to manage the operating temperature of your CPU. Let's dig a little bit deeper in each of these technologies, but first, a word on tjmax. T-junction max, or tjmax, is a CPU's absolute maximum operating temperature. It is defined within the CPU's official warranted specification and programmed in the CPU registers. This is a value that you are not able to change unless you have a fully unlocked Intel G.SKILL or XQ processor. We'll get back to that in a minute. Reaching the maximum operating temperature activates Intel's thermal control circuit, or TCC. The TCC causes the processor cores and graphics to reduce frequency and voltage adaptively when activated. I almost always rely on this adaptive thermal monitor technology in my overclocking guides to control the CPU performance at the upper end of the thermal range. Our first thermal management technology is called tjmax offset, and it's exclusively available to people who own a fully unlocked Intel processor. And it's pretty obvious to figure out why that is. tjmax offset allows you to run the CPU at a temperature that is higher than the warranted maximum temperature. The function allows the user to program a tjmax offset between 10 and 63 degrees Celsius. This offset is then subtracted from 125 degrees Celsius. So effectively, your customizable temperature range is 62 to 115 degrees Celsius. When the operating temperature reaches tjmax, the CPU automatically reduces the operating frequency and voltage to keep the temperature below or at the maximum allowed temperature. It does this by adjusting the CPU core turbo ratios according to the CPU's voltage frequency curves. Another essential aspect of tjmax offset is that it requires a reboot to apply. You can set the tjmax offset settings via the Extreme Tweaker internal CPU power management submenu in the Asus ROG BIOS. The parameter range is 62 to 115 degrees Celsius. Unlike tjmax offset, the second thermal management technology that we're discussing in this video, Intel Thermal Control Circuit Offset, is available to all Intel CPUs, including the non-K processors. The thermal control circuit is a hardware-level technology that allows you to manage the maximum CPU operating temperature. The TCC offset parameter determines the actual maximum allowed temperature. By default, this value is 0, meaning there's no difference from tjmax. However, you can adjust the offset to up to 63 degrees Celsius. Note that you can combine TCC offset and tjmax offset. The TCC offset applies to the customized tjmax when we use a tjmax offset. When the operating temperature reaches TCC offset, the CPU automatically reduces the operating frequency and voltage to keep the temperature below or at the maximum allowed temperature. It does this by adjusting the CPU core turbo ratios according to the CPU voltage frequency curves. Unfortunately, the option to adjust TCC offset separately from tjmax offset isn't available on the ROG BIOS. I suspect that perhaps the same function as tjmax offset is used to set TCC offset for non-K CPUs, but I wasn't able to double check and verify that. However, TCC offset is adjustable in the operating system, so with the right tools, you can change the CPU's maximum operating temperature at runtime. Fast Throttle is a new thermal management technology available for Raptor Lake Refresh processors. You might also see it referred to as per-core thermal throttle. While Fast Throttle was already available on the original Raptor Lake processors, what's new with the 14th gen Raptor Lake Refresh is that we can now manually adjust the parameter of Fast Throttle. Fast Throttle behaves a little bit differently than the tjmax offset. Rather than reducing the CPU turbo ratio, which reduces the set core clock frequency, Fast Throttle modulates the internal core clocks, which adjusts the effective core clock frequency of the CPU cores. Clock modulation is done by turning the clocks off and on at a duty cycle, which is the ratio between the clock on time and the total time. The CPU core runs at the set core frequency when the clock is on, and when the clock is off, the CPU core is effectively stalled. A CPU's effective clock is the number of clock cycles over a given period. When clock modulation is active, the CPU effective clock will be much lower than the set CPU core clock. Since every P-core and every E-core group has its own PLL or clock generator on Raptor Lake Refresh, the CPU can reduce the frequency of specific cores as opposed to all cores. Additionally, it provides for smaller reductions in frequency during clock stretching. In theory, these two elements should provide us with more performance when there's thermal throttling. However, as we'll see in a minute, things aren't as straightforward in the real world. You can set the Fast Throttle settings via the Extreme Tweaker internal CPU power management submenu in the Asus ROG BIOS. The parameter range is 63 to 115 degrees Celsius. Asus Package Temperature Threshold is our last thermal management technology, and unlike tjmax offset, TCC offset or Fast Throttle, this time it's the motherboard that is managing the CPU maximum temperature. In short, the Asus motherboard will track the CPU operating temperature during operation. The CPU frequency will be reduced once the temperature exceeds your target temperature. It does this not directly by adjusting the CPU ratio, however. Instead, it uses the turbo boost power limit parameters. By lowering the power limits, the Intel CPU will adjust the CPU ratio down on its own. A caveat to using this thermal management technology is that obviously the motherboard doesn't know exactly how much the power limit should be to maintain the CPU target temperature. In addition, also obviously, the motherboard is slower to react to changes in CPU temperature than the CPU itself. In the Asus ROG BIOS, you can set the package temperature threshold settings via the Extreme Tweaker internal CPU power management submenu or the Extreme Tweaker AI features submenu. The parameter range is 30 to 115 degrees Celsius. Make sure to enable regulate frequency by above threshold when using this function. Now that we're up to speed on the 4 thermal management technologies, let's have a look at the test data. This is the hardware we're using for our testing today. I prepared 3 tests to compare the behavior of the thermal management technologies. The purpose of the first scenario is to see the thermal management technology behavior when the CPU operates at or above tjmax equals 100 degrees Celsius during the workload. The purpose of the second scenario is to see the thermal management behavior when the CPU operates at or above the custom thermal target but below tjmax equals 100 degrees Celsius during the workload. The purpose of the third scenario is to see the thermal management technology behavior when only one core operates above the custom thermal target. I made 3 test variations for each scenario to isolate the thermal management technology. Since TCC offset relies on the same throttling mechanism as tjmax offset, we didn't include it in the test separately. Let's get to the test results. In scenario 1, we only unlocked the CPU Turbo Boost 2.0 power limits while maintaining the rest of the default specification of this CPU. While the tjmax offset and package threshold technologies ultimately end up at the same effective clock, the tjmax offset does so much more gradually. With Fast Throttle, our effective clock is much lower than with the other technologies. That will yield a significant performance deficit, as we'll see later on. While the tjmax offset is pretty effective at maintaining a maximum temperature of 80 degrees Celsius, the package temperature threshold has the CPU temperature spike temporarily well above 80 degrees Celsius before adjusting to the temperature target. That's because it's slower at detecting the CPU temperature exceeding the target. On the other hand, Fast Throttle cannot maintain the target temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. While the Fast Throttle has the lowest effective clock, counterintuitively, it has the highest core clock. As we'll see in other charts, it illustrates that the Fast Throttle technology does not rely on the VF curve, but instead uses clock modulation to manage the CPU frequency. In scenario 2, we disable all E-cores and set the 8 P-cores to 4.5 GHz. This will push the CPU to over 80 degrees Celsius, but not beyond the 100 degrees Celsius tjmax. The package temperature now remains below 100 degrees Celsius for all variations. However, while tjmax offset and package temperature threshold maintain the CPU temperature around 80 degrees Celsius, Fast Throttle is again slightly higher at 83 degrees Celsius. The core clock throttling is much less pronounced than in the previous scenario. While the Fast Throttle maintains an average core clock of 4500 MHz, the tjmax offset and package temperature threshold reduce the set core clock to maintain the target temperature. Despite Fast Throttle seemingly retaining the target core clock of 4.5 GHz, its effective clock is about 1 GHz lower at 3.5 GHz. This is the effect of clock modulation. Its effective clock is also lower than the tjmax offset and package temperature threshold. In scenario 3, we run a heavy workload on core 1 and NOP bench on core 7. The goal is to get core 1 to exceed the temperature target. Then we want to see whether it affects the core 7 effective clock frequency. With both tjmax offset and package temperature threshold, we can observe that core 1 core frequency changes due to throttling also affect core 7 core frequency. However, we don't see that difference with Fast Throttle. We see pretty much the same with effective clock. tjmax offset and package temperature threshold reduce the frequency of core 7, even though it's only core 1 that exceeds the thermal target. However, the Fast Throttle on core 1 barely affects the core 7 effective clock. Lastly, I use Cinebench 2024 multi-thread to evaluate the system's performance in each of the 3 variations and for scenario 1 and 2. We find that using Fast Throttle performs significantly worse when all cores hit the thermal limit. This is in line with what we expected from our test data. Alright, let's wrap this up. First of all, I want to emphasize that it's great that Intel has provided us with yet another parameter to optimize on our system. It's always better to have the options than to not have them at all. Secondly, Fast Throttle works best when only one or a few cores are overheating. And that's because the clock throttling is applied to only those cores that are exceeding the maximum operating temperature. That's very different from tjmax offset, TCC offset, or ASUS package temperature threshold, which throttles all the cores even if it's just a single one overheating. Now, that sounds great in theory, but when the CPU overheats a lot, let's say when all the cores are overheating, then it appears that Fast Throttle is being overwhelmed. And in case the entire CPU is overheating and both Fast Throttle and tjmax offset are triggered, then the performance in benchmarks is significantly worse with fast throttle enabled. So overall, I would say that tjmax offset or TCC offset are the fastest thermal management technologies available for your Raptor Lake processor. So in case you want to limit the maximum operating temperature of your CPU to, let's say, below the warranted specification of 100 degrees Celsius, I would primarily rely on tjmax offset or TCC offset. The ASUS package temperature threshold also does its job, but because it's a motherboard feature to regulate the CPU temperature, it'll be slower to react than tjmax offset or TCC offset. You could still set the fast throttle parameter yourself as well. And if you want to do that, I would advise to set it 1 degree lower than tjmax. So keep the tjmax offset and the fast throttle very close together. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope this information helps you set up your own system. If you want to read through my settings or the test data, I will also put up a written version of this video on my blog. As per usual, I want to thank you for watching, and I also want to thank my Patreon supporters for the support. And that's it. See you next time.